Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching you the difference between monomials, binomials, trinomials, polynomials, and constants. So monomials, okay, so this is just something that has one term. So let's just say if it's x, that's a monomial. X squared is also a monomial. 3x to the fourth. That's also a monomial. So monomial, just one term. It's either x, x squared, 3x. But main thing is there's no plus sign, there's no minus sign, there's nothing like that. So binomial is something that has two terms. So x plus 5 is a binomial. Okay, you notice the plus sign, right? Once we get into bi, tri, poly, it's either going to be a plus sign or a minus sign. So x plus 5 is a binomial. X squared minus 6 is a binomial. Okay, so again, it has one term. It has two terms. So now there doesn't need to be a number there. It could also be something like x cubed minus x squared. That's also binomial. So a binomial just means it has two terms and it's separated by a plus or minus sign. Okay, so that's a binomial. Trinomial, three terms. So this is x, could be x squared plus 2x plus 4. Okay, so this has three terms. They're all separated by a plus or minus sign. So that's one example. Another example could be x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3x. Okay, so that's another example of a trinomial. So that's another term. So polynomial, okay? A polynomial is any one of these, okay? So it could, as long as it has more than one, it's considered a polynomial. So this is a polynomial, this is a polynomial. So a polynomial could be like x cubed minus 4, or it could be x squared plus 6x minus 9, right? Or if we could go even longer, x to the fourth plus 9x cubed plus 3x squared minus 7. You know, you can make it as long as you want, okay? So though that's polynomials. You know, it could be as short as 2, it could be as long as you want. And the last thing in this list is constants. So constants just means number. Okay, so like this is a number without the x. So 5 is a constant, -6 is a constant, this -4 is a constant. So you also have like -9. So notice all of these constants, they do not have an x next to it. That is what we call a constant. It cannot have an x next to it. And not just an x, like any other like a letter variable. So we call it x, but you can use any letter. You can use like, you know, this could be like g squared, okay? This could be y squared. So those are all like monomials, okay? But that's essentially it. Now I should go into something called coefficients. So coefficients. Okay, so this is the number that we see in front of the x. So in this example, 3x, this would be called a coefficient, okay? A coefficient is different than an exponent. An exponent is this number, x squared. So you see this number on top, right? So this is an exponent, this is a coefficient, okay? So that's the difference, okay? And yeah, and then that's pretty much it. Thank you.